You're stoked, huh?
Yeah.
These things are awesome.
Do I put an R mode?
Yeah.
Press that to R.
Diving straight into it, we have the box here from Perrin. We're gonna go ahead and pop this thing open and see what's inside. This is usually everyone's favorite part. Oh, it says previously used box in an effort to reduce packaging waste. Interesting. Intercooler cores look like they don't weigh very much, but all of them weigh more than you think is something I've learned recently. So there's the core. We've got some instructions here with a foam piece for fitment. And this was foam for packaging. This thing is beautiful. This one already has the Perrin painted on here. It looks really clean. The build quality is always top notch with Perrin. We've got their logo embossed right here. On the back side, they've got the holes plugged for us. You'll see the red caps on each side. You can pull those out. Check it out. The Type R does come with a front mount intercooler already, but this is a very substantial upgrade. It's much bigger, we're cooling a lot more air, and the gains are pretty substantial. Listen to this, it's 15 to 20 foot-pounds of torque from OEM to this, right off the bat, straight into the car, no tune needed, already huge gains. So we're excited to drive it later on, but if you get a stage 1 tune, you will gain on top of that 15 to 20 horsepower. So I encourage all of you Type R owners, this is something that you will definitely need. As far as temperatures go, we're looking at a 40-degree Fahrenheit decrease in our intake charge temps. That's huge. And then on track days, your temp's gonna hover around 10 to 30 degrees above the ambient temperature outside, all while maintaining a pressure drop of less than 1 psi. You might be asking yourself, what is an intake charge temp and what are we talking about here? You have the forced induction air from the turbo that makes more power. It's forcing air through the piping into the intercooler. The air coming from the road from you driving is coming through this, cooling it down, and it's going back around into the motor, and we need to make it as cool as possible, so this being bigger, it's able to capture more air and cool the air from the turbo going into the engine much faster. So when we're talking about colder air, we're thinking more power. So getting a bigger one of these is increasing your horsepower because this is making much colder air. Remember, the colder the air we can get into our engine, the more power we can create, the less knock we have, the less detonation. It's all good things. So if you're not sure about intake charge temps, we're talking about the air coming from the turbo that is a very high PSI, and that charges the system up with pressure and then goes into the engine. So I hope that clarifies so you have a little bit more confidence in the garage. Jerry, what is missing, just for anyone that might have a stock car? You installed the Koyo radiator, and as far as the plastic goes on top, what should they be aware of?
Yeah, it's just going to be missing the little plastic cover right here, and then on the side, I just removed it, didn't reinstall it when I did the radiator install, but if you do have that, that'll be just sitting right over here, kind of connecting to your cold air intake.
To get started looking at it, then you have these plastic clips across here. We're gonna use that tool that I always use in the videos. I'll leave a link in the description to all the tools, a huge list of tools that would help you. And then we have 10mm bolts on the underside of the front lip. And then on the fender well in here are some screws that we can take out for the plastic. So it's pretty straightforward. If you've never taken off a front bumper before, this isn't something that you should be scared of. Most of these are pretty simple, so I'm gonna show you how it's done on this car. This is the specific tool I'm talking about. It's good for removing plastic clips. If you're new here and you're new to cars, you definitely need this. Jerry, you wanna start popping those off on the top, and then I'll get the stuff to do this fender. You can see Jerry is holding the middle of the clips while prying on. He's just being extra safe to make sure he doesn't break them or scratch the paint. I highly advise doing this. Next tool is one of my favorites. It's the Baby Impact with a #2 screwdriver tip on it. I have this in the Amazon list below for all the tools that you need working in the garage. This is seriously one of the best things that I use all the time. Please go check it out, but let's start taking some bolts off. Right by the front tire, we got 2 screws. Looks like we should take this bottom one off as well, just in case. You don't want to lose the screws that you just took out, so I highly recommend one of these magnetic bowls basically for your bolts. You drop them in there and they're magnetized to it so we don't lose anything. That is on the list in the description below as well. Jerry's pulling out the #2 bit and then popping in his adapter for the 10mm. That is also an awesome tool. So we're gonna pull off the bolts on the bottom. Under here is a ton of plastic clips, but you will see there's a 10mm right here. There's one right there. And on the other side as well. Yeah. All the bolts on the bottom, the 10mm are done, the plastic clips are out, and this is honestly the scariest part for a new guy. Grab it with 2 hands pretty firm if you're scared. If it's a new car, you just pull out smoothly. Don't pull too hard, just let it kind of come out on its own. You can feel it come out. Maybe it needs a little pressure on the bottom. And then boom, it pops out. Not as stressful as you think. Now let's pull on the top a little bit. Jerry just showed me that this plastic rail right here is a part of the bumper, and you'll see this little hole right here. Grab a flathead screwdriver, press down, and it releases it out of here. It looks like there's another one down below a little bit. There we go. Okay, the front bumper's wanting to fall off. So now we're ready to pull off the bumper, but before you do that, you want to make sure that we pull it off slightly, disconnect the fog lights, and then we can pull it all the way off. So we can team this. Okay, I can pull it back enough to see the clip. Okay, it's very straightforward. The plug is real simple. That's out of the way. Let me make sure we're detached down here. Pulling away slowly, don't see any wires. Okay, we're good. Now we have this thing completely apart. Let's take a look at the stock intercooler. This is a concern a lot of people bring up, and that this is just cheap plastic, but this restricts airflow pretty bad right here, this elbow. So we're gonna be taking these 10mm out and then disconnecting this bracket right here on both sides, and it should be just plug and play. This is a 10mm, lefty loosey, righty tighty. Got our bracket off. I pushed up on it a little bit. I broke it loose on this side. So go ahead and push up on it.
Oh yeah.
Okay. And that's it. I'll show them the back side. New Perrin intercooler, more power. The old one was behind it. You probably couldn't even see it because it's so small. Look at the difference. Little gap for size reference. So that's front view, massive difference. Let's look at it from the side. So we are quite a bit thicker as well, and we have all welded metal pieces of aluminum. You can see looking at it from this angle how much bigger it is still. You can see this is a metal mounting point, and then this one's plastic on here. It's the exact same setup, so it just slides into those rubber bushings. Oh, there we go. Bring it back down. That's good news.
There we go. You just have to.
Fits nice and snug. 12mm bolts. Real slow at first. Don't cross thread it. Not gonna tighten it all the way. Check that side again.
Sure.
In case it pulled it out a little bit. You can see the flange and everything, I think you could call it, lines up perfect. Everything's snugged up. This is almost like a bushing, and this thing fits in there completely snug, so there should be no vibrations, no added anything. Perfect fitment. This top one right here, I always push the bumper in while I'm tightening it to make sure that the bumper lining up to the fender is always perfect, and never do this too tight or over tighten something plastic like this. Front bumper is on. Jerry snuck up and did these plastic clips while we were down there, and then this is where you would put the black plastic piece if you have it. If not, you're good to go like we are. All right, Jerry, you gonna start it up? We're gonna go for a little rip.
Yes, sir. We'll do it.
Got a Perrin catback on this. We did an install quite a while ago, but if you want to check out that video, it is on the channel. Okay, okay. Hit me again. Oh! That sounds cool out here. That's just with an intake? Wow.
It definitely sounds louder with the, what's it called, the new intercooler.
You can tell the difference already? It's breathing a little different?
Oh yeah.
Really? If there's any of you Type R boys out there, follow Jerry on Instagram right there. CTR Jerry. Oh, we got Apple CarPlay up in here.
I didn't choose that song, by the way.
We're not judging, Jerry, don't worry.
I was listening to Mac Miller, I
Whoa.
promise.
Look at that, too. That's pretty sick. I've never been in one of these. Oh, sorry, Dan.
Oh, he doesn't like it.
What are you thinking right now? Whoa, this thing is fast! What the heck? Trevor was telling me, he's like, bro, that thing's fast front-wheel drive car. And that just pulled hard. I've been riding in slow cars lately because I haven't had the Civic in so long. I'm freaking out a little bit because I haven't sat back on my seat that hard. I've been riding slow cars lately. Okay. Can you tell a difference? Big difference?
Yeah.
Dude, it runs nice. It's dang, this thing is smooth, guys. Super duper smooth. You're stoked, huh?
Yeah.
These things are awesome. Station, I'll get a little clip of it from the outside.
Cool.
Get a little rev and then we'll go home.
All right, you're driving and we go back.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh heck yeah, let's do it, let's go. So this is the Perrin catback. Ooh. One more time. All right, Jerry, I'm ready.
Do it.
Oh, now we can see in here real good. These things are nice. I see why Dustin liked this thing so much. You mind holding this?
Absolutely.
Let me get a feel for this thing.
You
Okay.
got it, man.
Okay. Okay. All right, clutch feels very similar to the ST. I would say 20% more firm, equally as smooth. Okay, I think I'm comfortable. All right, first. Oh, you got motor mounts on this thing?
Nope, it's all stock.
This clutch grabs pretty good too. Throttle response is very smooth. I'm liking this. I like my fuel gauge up here with that light. That is nice. Just something you guys could take note of. Whenever I drive new cars, I'm not used to it. I make sure before you think about getting on the gas too early, be the person to let the clutch out, install it instead of burning the clutch. Right, Jerry?
Yes, sir.
You never want to burn someone's clutch. That is the worst feeling as an owner, so. All right, let's take this thing for a rip. I want to get the sound good still. hit that boost. Oh. Okay, okay. It builds fast, really fast. It's like really short throw too. Did you upgrade that?
Nope, stock.
Oh, it's easy to down. Whoa, the throttle response is quick. I got real excited. We're at 5K right now.
Do you want to put in R mode?
Yeah.
Press that to R. That's race mode.
Okay, let's go third. Rev match, easy. I like that sound. Oh, that's nice. I'm scared there's a cop in the pack, a cop in that pack back there. I'm gonna go up to the light. Oh, this is so easy to drive. It's 6 gears, right?
Yep.
Okay. This is an awesome daily. It feels super tight. Does it change when you put it in R mode?
Yes, suspension adjusts and the throttle response adjusts.
Oh wow, this is super tight now. Okay, to third. Whoa, does it rev match for you?
Yes.
Oh, that's like a Corvette I drove. That's awesome. Oh yeah, this thing is awesome. Oh man, this has the thing I don't like about the ST is it has like driver assist, like little assist with like when you downshift it holds the RPMs and stuff in a bad way. This car does it in a good way, and I'm actually really, really digging it. So, Jerry, thank you for letting me drive it. We're almost back to the house. This has been awesome. If you guys need a Perrin front mount intercooler, you know where to go. Link in the description. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you guys in the next video. And maybe we'll do some more Type R stuff as Perrin comes out with it. So, hopefully I'll see you soon, Jerry.
You got it.